Today I'm going to show you how to pick your horse's feet at liberty. And our model today is Xena, and Xena loves to be on camera, as you can see, so I'm excited that she is going to be my helper today and demonstrate how to do this. And the advantages to being able to pick your horse's feet at liberty is you can do it anywhere. So if you don't have time to get your horse haltered, bring her to the barn, you can go out into the pasture, paddock, or even their stall and ask them to pick their feet up. And the way that we do this is by making the process very easy for the horse to understand and very comfortable. Who wants to be the center of attention? Huh? Who's the star? And to explain the process in a way that they understand. So we're going to use positive reinforcement to help her learn this, and this is a great way to teach your horse any behavior, a new behavior, or change a behavior that you would like to modify. And we can teach our horses to do things for us because it's fun for them, and it's also going to help them feel relaxed. It's going to help them feel safe and strengthen your bond and your relationship with your horse. And we all want that. We all want our horses to be happy and to enjoy doing things with us. So let's get started. We're going to start on this leg, which Xena has conveniently brought right over here. And what I usually like to do, because horses are very intelligent and observant, is I like to tell them that we're going to do feet by showing them the hoof pick. And then I'm going to step to the leg I want to pick up. And if she stands still for me, when I do that, then I'm going to reinforce her. Because if your horse isn't used to having their feet picked up at liberty, then we need to teach them just to let you move around them and be still at liberty first. Good job. So I'm going to take a moment and have Xena stand here at liberty. Stand still. Boop. And this is actually what you want your horse to be able to do if you're using clicker training first before you start working with feet. Boop, is to have them stand with their feet still and their heads straight. Good girl. Boop. And the marker signal is capturing the moment that she's doing it perfectly, or if she were learning boop, and not used to understanding what the behavior is that I'm looking for, then she wouldn't have to be perfect, but she'd be working toward that goal of keeping her head straight boop, and still when I'm standing next to her. And then what we do, boop, good girl, is we start to slowly move boop, down the length of the horse's body and keep reinforcing that behavior. And she's already boop, understands that, so you can see she'll actually move her head back into position. Boop, good girl. So that's how that goes. So we're talking about feet today, so we'll go ahead and move on to that. So boop, what I'm going to do is come and stand by her feet. I'm going to show her the hoof pick again, and I'm going to come stand alongside her foot, and then I could reinforce her for that. You can see she's already boop, handing the foot to me because she understands exactly what we're doing, and she's happy to do that. And she knows that boop, she'll get a reward. And she just sighed very deeply and comfortably, so I know that she's in a good place and she's ready to do this. Let's come forward a little bit. Boop, good girl. I'm going to come back to her foot again, and I'm going to bring my hand down, and she's going to hand me that foot, and I'm going to let it rest comfortably in my hand. Now, I'm starting to clean, but boop, if I'm teaching a horse to do this, the early stages would be simply to let me touch her leg, boop, and reinforce that while standing still, and then eventually picking the leg up, boop, and not trying to pick it, but just asking for these tiny little incremental behaviors that are leading to the behavior that is our ultimate goal, which is to be able to stand, have our horse stand while we clean it out, the foot out. Doo-doo. Looking good, Z. Boop. And then when we're done, we can reinforce that awesome behavior. Good job! You did such a good job! Well done! Super! Oh, you did a very good job. Okay, and then when we get ready to work on the hind feet. It's the same process. So I'm going to slowly introduce her to the concept of me walking down here, boop, while she stands still, which she's doing very nicely. And then eventually I'm going to ask her to let me touch her leg, boop, while she stands still. And then we're going to keep working on that until I can get to the point where, good girl, oh, almost missed it. She is going to understand what we're doing. And then I can go all the way to our final behavior, boop, which is to let her pick up that back foot while at liberty. Good girl. She's such a good girl. Okay, so let's go through that again on the other side. We'll turn her around. Easy. You got a bug. Good girl, come on. Perfect. Good job. What a good turn. All right, so just to recap, the first thing we want to do is make sure our horse stands still with their head straight, because they have to stand still in order to do feet. Good girl. And then it allows us to move down their body while standing still with their head straight. And then we want to be able to touch their body for sure and the leg to introduce them in really tiny steps to the ultimate behavior that we're looking for. Good girl. And then over the course of time, you might even have a horse that starts to hand you their foot because it's a very rewarding experience for them. There's no anxiety. Good job. And they are now participating. They are cooperating with you in this process of cleaning feet. And that makes it so much more enjoyable for everybody, and especially if you don't have a lot of time, you need to go out and get your horse's feet done. Ready? Come on, Dee. Thank you. It's so much less stressful, and then you can have this great bonding experience with your horse that's based on communication, it's calm, and you and your horse are going to have a really good time getting their feet cleaned.